uh, down the street too, next to Lance Bass's Rocco's.
And then you'll have Jack's Studio City. So,
I think Jax
Or-
has other things going on these days with his
uh, I guess. Holy smokes. Oh, I'm so, yeah, having a Coke addiction's rough.
I talked
Not
about
that
this
I
the
know.
other day.
Not that
Yeah, I
I
was gonna say,
You
this
know,
is
getting off Coke is a tough
are
one.
you trying to come are you trying to come out of the closet?
No,
Listen,
I've never done cocaine. Not because I haven't wanted to, but I know I have a very addictive personality. I love booze. I love the taste. I love the feeling. But the problem is
Mhm,
I always describe myself as a tropical fish. You know, if you've ever
mhm.
kept a tropical fish in a tank, they're a pain in the ass. They have to be kept at a certain water temperature. The water's got to be clean. They only eat certain things or they die like instantly. The environment they have to be in is so um, you know, it's so temperamental. That's like, that's what I am. So I've never done drugs because I know like it will I think the most I've ever done is like Adderall one night, like a couple of Adderall pills. I think I was up for like 3 days. It was like awful. I couldn't, I was, that was like, I was on meth. And I mean, people were like, this is the lowest dose of Adderall. I said, really? I haven't slept in 3 days.
I'm right there with you. People don't seem to believe me, little stereotype, you're gay, you're single, you came of age in New York. Well, that's the stereotype. You came of age in New
Well,
York. What do you mean you've never put coke up your never, 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 never. Same thing. Never done. Now, I mean, I'm saying drugs like that. I mean, of course, cornbreadhemp.com/velvet. You use code velvet, you get 30% off. Now, that's a whole different thing. CBD, the gummies. One of our listeners, I forgot what her name was, she just slipped into my DM. She tried the cornbread hemp. And first of all, she was very impressed that we were representing such a prestigious client. But that just chills you out. Same thing, other than the cornbreadhemp.com/velvet, code velvet, and then you get 30% off the CBD gummies, which just chill you out. They help you sleep. They have the sleepy gummies. I've never done any of it either. No acid, no K, no Coke, none of it. It just was never my thing. Yeah, never. Adderall, well, back in the day, you want to lose a few pounds. We all know I've done the diet stuff.
oh my, I guess he's on fam. But
Fentanyl.
what was the one back in the day that like would put a hole in your heart? But like, no,
Fentanyl. Now, listen, row.co slash
oh,
velvet. I do the weight loss shots.
are you still on them?
I am on them, but I take breaks. I've now received my MD. I'm not just a lawyer. I've received my MD. Apparently, I'm a doctor now, and I have taken matters into my own hands and row.co. But no, the thing about row is they
I don't
do.
know anyone that feels good on any of those GLP-1. Not one person. I have relatives that take it for diabetes. They never feel great and they take the lowest dose. I have friends that take
Well,
it for weight loss. They go along for a little while, then they either can't crap or then they're crapping their brains out and they're vomiting. I don't know anyone that's just on it and feeling their best life. Like, please name one person.
the only people I know that are on it that don't feel horrible are the people that go to row.co/velvet because, no, Sarah, they have a one-on-one person that works for you, works with you to regulate the dose so that you get just the right amount to take off the weight and most importantly, keep it off. Of course, they also work with you for a healthy lifestyle. It's not just a shot. What was I gonna say to you? So that's Jax. Brittany is Brittany's not buying it. Brittany is like, look, Jax has given you about half the story. Half of the stuff he's telling you are not the right things. Kristen Doty's on Brittany's side. Lala, all the girls are on Brittany's side. Kristen has spoken out. Lala has spoken out. And Brittany has taken over the podcast officially. Jax is out.
I heard that
And
she did a new photo shoot we're gonna see here soon.
yep. And Brittany is like, don't believe everything you hear. All this stuff she says that Jax has sends her horrible, horrible, was sending her horrible texts and like, hey, and basically saying like, let me tell you something. I did this with this girl last night. I did this with this girl. This girl, would do anything to go down on me. Like, that's not really what you say to your wife, soon to be ex-wife. You don't really throw your sexual escapades in your wife's face. the mother of your children. Like, nobody wants to hear that, right?
Correct.
She says that he throws, let me tell you about what I've been doing with all the ladies, which, okay, Jax, we all know at this point you have the chunky sweater. I mean, look, it doesn't take a lot to get laid as like a straight man in Hollywood, right? I mean, you're on a reality TV show, you got a bar. I mean, you're doing better than
Correct.
90% of the people struggling to make it out there in this
Correct.
city of ours. So, yeah, Jax, you get laid. We get it. We get it. But apparently he talks about his conquest to the wife.
Well,
How
that
you
and a
feel?
lot more. I mean, look, it sounds like she has struggled with him for years and years with to get him sober, has done everything she can. I think it's like such a clearer picture about why she's walking away. She drug tests him weekly to take crews. I don't blame her. Any good mother would. I mean,
Mhm.
nothing is scarier than leaving your child in the hands of somebody who's a newly sober addict or in the past, complete addict. It is terrifying. So I have a lot more empathy for her. I appreciate her honesty. I mean, I wish him the best. I think he's sober now, what, 90 days or something? So keep it up.
Over 100, yeah, but
There you
keep it
go.
up.
I hope so. I mean, I think we found this out. Like people, there's been a lot about Jackson, the coke addiction for a long time. This isn't the first time we've heard those rumors. Obviously, he confirmed them and said he's had a coke addiction since his early 20s, where he's gone and stopped and started and stopped and started and everything else. Uh, to me, I don't see how Jack's Studio City continues. I mean, if you're going to live a sober life, owning a bar is not really great. I wouldn't think. I think there's so many other businesses you could own, but that's not my call. So I wish her all the best. I that their little boy is, I mean, just a doll
Yeah.
of all dolls. I mean, he is so handsome. So just praying for him, like just to have a good, healthy relationship with both of them and be safe. But Jax, you've had Jax on your podcast. I mean, do you find him sincere as a human, or do you think he's just a master at from one storyline baby to the next? Very giving us very Tom Sandoval-esque.
Well, a little of both. I really enjoyed Mr. I really enjoyed him. We did a two-part episode, Jax. Lots of people at the time when Jax was on my podcast slipped into my DMs and are like, "You understand Jax was just high as a kite the entire time you talked to him." Now, I didn't say that, but actually the people listening got that vibe before this story, back when this was originally aired. So I really kind of need to re-air this because it's lost on the, but people thought my talk with him that he was flying high on the white stuff. Now,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't always.
Well, obviously that's could be. I think that's probably accurate.
Now I think it's kind of accurate. Sheena Shea has spoken out because there's this video going around at Jax's wedding. It's on the show. They're now zooming in on there was Coke on the table in Jax's hotel room when it was on the show. Now, Sheena has spoken out to say, let me be very clear, production did not supply this. So anyone thinking that production did not condone this, sure, we all knew. Tom Sandoval has alluded to the fact that he knew. Sheena, the whole cast knew about this, but Sheena's like, it's not like they left that in there on